Hello there and welcome to another mini review on the game Bucket Knight, and that game was developed in Unity. I actually wanted to check it out and ask the developer for the key, and he or she actually gave it to me, so thanks a lot. And I will give you a small review towards this game because it does a lot of things right and it has some missed opportunities which are not very big in my opinion, but could hugely improve the game feel with just some minor tweaks. But of course this is up for the developer. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. This is just a thing which I say, hey, these are minor things which could definitely have a bigger impact, and of course then people maybe like the game even more. So first of all, the storyline, which I find hilarious. So basically you are the Bucket Knight and you have to pay taxes, loans and alimony, and therefore the storyline is just like you have no money, but you want to get the holy grail and then you want to sell it. Yes, you are one of those capitalistic knights which just go for the money. So this is one thing. Yeah, okay. And then, well, you want to stay alive and get rich or die trying. So this is the storyline. Pretty sweet in my opinion. If you go, for example, on the Steam page of this, already released in 20th of September for $4. So this is a small budget game, and the guy or girl does actually, let's say, another strategy. He's not providing those 1000 hour games, but let's say smaller titles for the smaller budget. And this is of course a legend. Another thing, for example, if you're thinking you have to do the best game that needs to have like lots of stuff, this is another strategy to do smaller titles for a smaller budget with of course a limited range, but maybe this strategy is panning out as good as those big ones. So just consider this. So let's go back in here because I think there are quite some interesting things I need to talk about in this game, because it does a lot of things right and a few things which I could say that could be a thing for the improvement. So first of all, the pixel art, it's pretty solid. I like it. Basically the Bucket Knight looks kind of iconic, so I definitely applaud the developer. This looks pretty cool, so I like it. So first of all, if you look at the art of this Bucket Knight, guy with a gun, cool, really like it. So this is definitely a plus. And one thing which a lot of other developers, so for example, if you are a developer yourself, which I definitely dig. For example, you see this pixel art, but everything which is relevant in this world has a white outline. So the player has a white outline, things you can destroy have a white outline, the coins, the enemies, things you can collect, so health and so on. Well, everything has a white outline, so you always have a very good indicator. Okay, this stuff is relevant, and the other stuff is just in the end decoration, which is the neat but really good trick how you can actually make your world very clear from the beginning, even though maybe you don't want to have a tutorial, because this game really doesn't have one. You just have this Bucket Knight, you have 2 keys, and then a third one which just basically resets the level. So this is one thing, so you can basically reset all the time. It's actually an interesting choice. For example, if you have, let's say, very difficult levels, then well, this is actually a thing, so you can restart the level. But in my opinion, the levels are not too difficult, so you won't be having too much troubles concerning that. So okay. But still, interesting choice, and I think this is a good one. It gives definitely some edge for the player and some more control. So this is a really good thing which I like. The next thing, besides, for example, you can do the same, repeat the level, go out of the level, or you buy some guns. They are in my, so this is for example the standard start gun, so this is just one thing, and then you collect those coins or crystals or whatever that is. You're getting richer, you get some money, and with that money you can actually buy bigger guns, which is, for example, in the end this minigun. I actually tried the other one, already unlocked all of them, and then, well, what you can do, you can just kill those enemies. So this is a thing. So for example, this is the idea behind collecting those coins. Further on, there is no really need, after you unlock those weapons, there's really no need to collect anything. This is a thing in the other section. So the next thing, well, I didn't encounter any crashes. Once I fell into a zone which didn't kill me, but it was out of reach, so maybe the developer can patch that out. So, but it was not critical, because, well, I can always do this button thingy here, and bam, and I am out. And another thing which is kind of easy to pull, for example, this is the level select. It shows you all the relevant informations, for example, how the level is called, 2, 3, 2, 4, then how many enemies are there, and how many you killed, how many of those items you actually collected, and all that stuff. Well, definitely a thing. For example, if you are a completionist, you can do this. The levels are not too... come on, did I choose the same? Yep, I did. So let's go for a level. This, yeah, a little bit different. And some, as you can see, some things instantly kill you, but normally the levels are pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So you will be having not the hardest time with this game. Well, this is it. So the next thing is some great tunes. So one catchy catchy tune was there. I really dig that. I don't remember which one it was, but it was really sweet. And well, that actually made pretty good. I cannot show it to you because not sure about the copyright, because YouTube, you know, so I cannot show that to you. Sorry about that. So one really great tune. The other ones are pretty decent as well, but one was really catchy, so I actually liked it. The level design is pretty decent as well, so there are no unfair points. Everything is pretty solid, so here definitely that was a good job. And of course, if you complete the level, it shows you what you have done, what you got here, and so on and so on. The storyline, once again, I really like. It's definitely interesting to see, so this is definitely cool. And this is, of course, the Holy Grail. I don't want to pick it up because this is how the game ends, and then you see the ending. I'm not gonna show that to you, you have to do that yourself. Those levels, yeah, for example, this is the second level type, so you have to escape this incoming blades, something, whatever that is. Well, this is a thing. And for example, now we come to the more interesting part. I think missed opportunities, in my opinion. Of course, the developer has to decide that for himself. There is no rumble, and for example, if you are shooting, a lot of times your screen is shaking, and in this game it doesn't do that. So this is, in my opinion, definitely a thing which is giving the game feel a big plus. And the game doesn't have that. It's a shame, because that would have been pretty decent. So I don't know, for example, rumble sometimes is pretty annoying. You can, in a lot of games, actually kill it or just deactivate it, because sometimes the rumble is just super annoying. In some games it's just overdone, but a little bit of rumble is never a bad thing. So therefore I just say, hey, that could have been something to put in. The other stuff is, for example, the weapons are not too distinguishable, besides looking different. The one, for example, one is shooting these many bullets. The other one is, I don't know, let's check it out. Let's go to the minigun. You shoot more bullets, and this is just basically the difference. The one is actually spreading, but they are not quite satisfactory. So for example, here, this is a missed opportunity, in my opinion, as well. For example, the first thing is just you have a revolver, and then, well, you have to manually shoot every time you press the button. But for example, let's say you have the minigun and you just keep pressing the button, then you would be having some auto fire. It doesn't have that. For example, missed opportunity, in my opinion, easy to implement, well, okay, doesn't have that, no problem. And the other thing is, for example, after you unlock those guns, then you have no incentive of collecting, besides for the sake of collecting stuff. So you just collect money for nothing. It doesn't have any impact as far as I've seen actually, so correct me if I'm wrong here. So there was no impact on the game concerning how much money you actually have, so the ending was not being changed or altered, or you get an alternative ending. But of course I haven't checked it out, so there's no indication for me to see, okay, doesn't make sense to collect everything. Okay. Then another thing which I found, and again, for example, those enemies are kind of on rails, as you can see. The blob is just, or for example, this guy is actually only shooting if I'm in his range, so this is good. But for example, there is no stun lock, no slow, no nothing. So basically what you can have as an interaction with your enemies, you can run into them and they kill you, or you can shoot them down and they are pretty much done. But for example, you don't have any stun lock, you don't have anything to show you while you are actually doing something with them. You just, well, kind of only, so you kind of have limited interactions, which I found to be a little bit limited. For example, it would have done quite some impact, for example, if you can stun lock your enemies, so you get some more control as a player, or you can push them a little bit away. But of course, this just my opinion. And yeah, so that was pretty much it, what I wanted to show you with this game. It is a small title, it is a snack, it isn't revolutionary, but it's still a pretty solid game. I played it through, so should, for example, if it wasn't good, then well, I wouldn't play this through, but just keep in mind it is very short. So I rushed through it because I wanted to see how it ends, how it goes, and I was finished in about 1.5 hours, so it is a snack and nothing more. So don't expect this game to be revolutionary and anything else, but still it is pretty good, it does its job pretty well. Nothing of a complaint I could say here, just some minor gripes, but this is of course a smaller title, so you cannot expect it to be a AAA thing. But still, pixel art's good, game feel is pretty decent, it does all its jobs correctly. So can't say that I didn't like it, because I did like it. So hopefully that was of interest to you, and you maybe want to check this game out, which is called Bucket Night. Links in the description below. Have a good one. One up indie.